Guys, let's talk about a roadmap because a lot of you guys want to know some specifics on how to do this, how to dry fast. They're kind of clear on some things and not clear on other things. So let's talk about a few things. Okay, first let's decide what our goals are. For most of you guys, the goal is losing fat. You want to have the body you had when you were a teenager once again. You want to be around that 5%, 8% body fat. You want mental clarity. You want to feel a deep spiritual connection to source. All these things are attainable. So where do you begin? All right, so we're basically embarking on a journey without food or water. Now that may appear to be frightening to many of you guys, but it's not. It shouldn't be, because if you're prepared properly, what you're going to experience is that you have ample reserves to go many days without food or water. The water is contained in your fat cells, and this is the camel effect. How does a camel go off into the desert for weeks on end? The water is stored in the fat cells of the humps, and as the camel recognizes that it needs water, it will break down the fat cells and release the water, and the camel will remain hydrated. So we're going to apply that same principle to our bodies, and most of us carry it around our hips and whatnot. Our stomach, for men, it's right below the navel, a little donut area that's just impossible to get rid of. The only way you can get rid of that fat below your belly button, you guys, is through dry fasting. You have to go deep into ketosis. So what do you need to do to get started on doing this? The first thing you guys want to do is you want to get off the sugar. You've got to get the glucose out of your system. Okay? The negative or the uncomfortable feeling that people experience, the lightheadedness, the dizziness, all the grouchiness, the irritability, all that stuff comes from glucose withdrawal. It's sugar withdrawal. It's like cocaine in the brain. So you want to prepare before your first dry fast by doing protein only. You do protein and you do smart fats. By smart fats, I mean coconut oil that contains high concentration of MCT oil. Okay? MCT oil you can also get as well. Now Foods makes a great one. I drink that daily. You can do that. Or you can do the high concentration coconut oil. Okay, so you want to do proteins. That means eggs. That means fish. If you're vegan, maybe you do some nuts. Maybe you do some almonds, some almond milk, whatnot. But keep in mind that the nuts still contain carbs in them. Okay, so I would recommend, I like fish. Fish is great for me. I do eggs as well. I know you vegans out there, you don't want to do animal products. You're going to have to, maybe hemp hearts. Hemp hearts have very little carbohydrates in them. You can also explore using those. Basically, just focus on protein only. Now, the other thing to keep in mind is that you're not running on calories per se. You're running on electricity, and electricity comes from the minerals. There's been many studies that have demonstrated that all diseases can be traced directly back to a mineral deficiency. It's like the experiment in middle school when you stick the conductors in the water. You put the two conductors in the water. If it's distilled water, the light bulb won't go on. You add the minerals to the water, the light bulb goes on. You guys are just like batteries. So you want to get what's called fulvic acid. Fulvic acid is a component that's naturally formed in nature that is a catalyst that enables the trace minerals to cross the cellular wall and get inside you and charge your battery. So that when you start a dry fast, your battery is charged 100%. So when you pull the water and you pull the food, you've got a full battery. You're not going to feel bad. And if you've already come off the glucose, what's up, man? If you've already come off the glucose, then you're not going to be suffering the sugar withdrawals. So in a sense, people that go directly into a fast, they don't even consider the first day a fast because you're getting off of glucose and you're going into ketosis. Okay? All right? So, but if you prep beforehand with just doing protein while you're drinking your water and everything like that and doing your fulvic acids, then you're already off the sugar at the time that you start the dry fast. Okay? Now, the other thing that I would recommend is you want to flush your kidneys out and you want to be highly alkaline. Okay, you can do that by creating an alkalizing drink which features 3 components: apple cider vinegar, lemon, and baking soda. So you take a teaspoon of baking soda, you take 1 or 2 lemons, you take an ounce or 2 of apple cider, mix it to you find the taste that you like. You maybe a little bit more apple cider vinegar, maybe a little bit more lemon, whatever. This will flush your kidneys out. If you get yourself some pH strips, the pH strips, you'll be able to dip in your urine and test your pH level. You want to be at around an 8. That's going to be solid blue. Most of the strips go from green to blue. You're going to want to be solid blue before you start. You're also going to want to have your battery charged, that we talked about with the fulvic acid. Guys, this is basically it. It's not real complicated or difficult. And it's not painful either. It's not a difficult process. The hunger that you're going to experience is not true hunger. It's an emotional craving for something. You want to fill the void with something. But a lot of that is the sugar withdrawal. So if you're already off the sugar before you start the dry fast, you're going to feel exceptional. Now you need to get ketone strips. Ketone strips are available at the pharmacy. You dip them in your urine. You can find them in the diabetic section. Now, if you prepared properly, at the 0 mark of the launch, when you pull the water and the food, you should be already registering some ketones because you've been on proteins and smart fats for 24 hours. It takes about 24 hours to get off the glucose. You've got to get it out of your liver, the glycogen. You've got to get it out of your system. One thing you can do beforehand as well is do very heavy intensity weight training the day before. So lift as heavy as you can, high weight, low reps. You want to deplete your glycogen reserves. Other than that, guys, it's really easy. Stay positive, okay? It's about retraining your mind. You don't want to be entering this in a fearful, doubt kind of state. Get rid of all the people in your life, all the naysayers. Surround yourself with people that have successfully dry fasted. On the dry fasting group page on Facebook, there are people that have done 7 days and beyond. One girl lost 20 pounds dry fasting. Now, you can take showers or you cannot take showers. Your skin will absorb the water. So it's best for maximum fastest results to keep water off your skin. That means dry brush your teeth. That means if you need to wash your hands, wash them quickly. Keep the water off your skin. If you take a shower, the lady that did the 7-day dry fast, she was showering daily, so her skin was still absorbing a lot of the water. You can do it that way, or you can do it the more hardcore way. It's serious, and it needs to be taken seriously, but it's not dangerous if you prepare properly and you know what you're doing. If you go into this and you don't know about fulvic acid, and you don't know about alkalizing beforehand, and you don't prepare by doing proteins and smart fats, MCTs beforehand, you're going to suffer. And it's unnecessary. It's totally unnecessary. It can be a very, very pleasurable, highly spiritual, the lucidity that you feel when you enter 80 to full tilt ketosis, which is 160, that's all the way to the right on the ketosis strip. That's solid purple, is incredible. As I've said before, it feels like NZT from the movie Limitless. If you've not seen Limitless, rent that movie and watch it before you dry fast. It'll inspire you. Guys, join the dry fasting group page, ask lots of questions, get informed, and have a great time. I dry fast daily between 12, 16, sometimes 18 hours a day. And I will do usually a 20 to 24 to 36 hour dry weekly. My body fat is down to 3 to 5%. I have next to none. I'm solid muscle. I'm a 30-inch waist. I haven't been that since I was 17 years old. I'm going to be 40 this year. I don't have a wrinkle on my face. I feel fantastic. I feel great all the time. I stay highly alkalized, and I utilize dry fasting. So you guys, you can change your lives. You can do this. It's within your means. You can have the Olympic athlete body. You can have the clear, lucid mind. You can have the inner stillness. You can have it all. You are the doctor, the physician, the master, the healer. It's all inside you. All you got to do is access it. So I love you guys. Make it happen.